The dichotomy of how things are harvested in your life. How do you manifest what you want, right? How do you create what you want? We're part of a creating field, and people get in their own way because they don't realize they can create whatever they want. They're part of the creation, right? And creation to me is pretty simple, and it fits right in. Is the first thing you need to do is to create something. It starts with a seed, right? So if I want to grow something, if I want to create something, there has to be a seed of thought, a corn seed, right? A watermelon seed, a sunflower seed. There has to be a seed. Even in human beings, a seed is planted. That's how we create. Whether we're like Corey and I, people who manage a ton of younger people that go, wait, hold on, I'm just planting a seed. I don't expect a harvest today. I have to have patience. I have to have perspective. I have to stay positive, right? Because I want to plant the right seeds. Because what I see people doing, whether it's the young people not knowing they're planting seeds for their future, or old people who are planting seeds for other people's future and their own, they're planting the wrong seeds. They're voting for the wrong things and then keep on voting for the wrong seeds. They keep planting corn and they're wondering why they want watermelon, but they keep getting corn. Because all they're doing is keep planting these seeds. So how do we plant seeds? Well, the first way we plant seeds is the most powerful way, is our imagination. Right? Our imagination, it instantly is the seed. When we imagine something, we have a mathematical advantage over where we were. We start over here, the big zero, nothing. The minute we think about what we want, not why we want it, what we want. The why is easy. I'm here, and I know I tell people this all the time. Everybody knows their why. Your why is to help somebody or something. I don't know what it is, but your why is to help. That's what motivates you, pursues you. What does that mean? Our why is to create a stronger connection to that which inspires us to feel more connected. The way that we feel more connected to each other and to everything is by giving and helping. That's your why. Where you get confused and where everyone gets confused is we don't know our what. The second step is nurtured by their own activity. And you as a leader can nurture other people's ideas as well. You can't just plant a seed and it grows to a tremendous amount the day you plant it. So many people, especially young people, think, that's it, I'm an overnight success. Big projects, 10 years, 5 years, 2.5 years. I always say you're 17.5 years from being an overnight success in a real business. That's what it takes. Some can beat it, some can't. But that's what it takes to seed and fertilize it so that it harvests, right? It's there. And then it can continually grow and grow and grow as well. There's things you can do to kill the harvest, but we'll get there. So it's important to know how many seeds, what seeds, how we're doing that, but it's also how we're nurturing our seeds in ourselves and in other people. I do the math. If all you want is followers, real followers, do the math. If I believe that, 1 million real followers, you'll never have to work again. Like people, if you can find 1 million people on earth out of the 4.2 billion on the internet, if you can find 1 million that, love white handkerchiefs and you just write all day about white handkerchiefs and they're now religious about listening to you and you're showing every day your white handkerchief or whatever it is, but 1 million people, now that sounds hard to attain, but not with acceleration and growth, right? If you just start one year with 100 followers, count how many years from 100 to 200 to 400 to 1600 to 48,000. Just double it. Meaning, when you double, my first year I got 100 people that love the white handkerchief, and each of them are going to bring one more person. Then I get 200. Each of those 200 are going to bring one. That goes to 400. I got 400. Each one of those are going to bring, right? Watch how many. All of us are young enough to retire off of the 1 million followers. Engaged followers, real followers that all love the exact same thing that we love. And we don't care about the other 4.2, 999 million people. But the problem is everybody puts faith in the 4.2 million that don't like the white handkerchief, and then they get nobody. And they feel like nobody likes them.
It's one thing to tell me, but if I have a team with me, they all need to hear it the same way I heard it. Now, can I go back and say it the same way? Probably not. But it's always good to hear different voices saying the same things. I mean, one thing, I think a lot of dads always have trouble teaching their kids because they hear you all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you gotta hear different voices, people with different perspectives, but they all say the same things.
Right.
But this is important for dads and moms to hear, right? So why you keep telling these lessons, your kids are not listening to you. They will watch you, but they won't listen. But what you're doing is planting seeds. So when you plant a seed and someone like Champ Bailey says, teamwork's important, and your dad has been telling you you're too selfish, teamwork, and when Champ Bailey says it, all of a sudden that seed's been in there, it grows, right? So sometimes we're just the stimulus, right? The water on the seed, and that's why I think the seeds that you place in your mind, right? I talk about faith, that's what puts it there. We cannot be surprised when you plant corn if you get corn. So you gotta plant good thoughts in your head, so those are what grow. The problem is right now I see is that we're allowing people to have bad thoughts, right? And those are seeds. And then somebody reinforces it out there and says, yeah, this is okay, we're separate. We're better, we're inferior, whatever it is, these negative thoughts, and it grows just like corn. And then putting faith in the wrong things, they're surprised when corn comes out when they planted corn. Here's the detachment that people have is that a lot of people just think, if I say this, it would happen, or if I do this, it will happen, or if I think this, they think of direct manifestation, right? As long, if I work, it will happen. There's a continuum that takes place. It's think, say, do, believe, and that affects your genetics. It affects your DNA. What you think, say, do, and believe affects your DNA, and that DNA changes slowly. It's like a muscle, and it creates a frequency. It's a signal out there, and that signal, the higher the signal is, the more you can be aware of, and the more you can do three things. The higher your signal or frequency or vibration, the stronger your force is. So when I speak, more and more people hear it. When he speaks, even more, because that frequency is high. He was talking about the spectrum. He had all types of people, old, young, race, doesn't matter to him, religion. Everybody loves Gary because he has the wide spectrum of that frequency. And then finally, clarity, right? The clarity of your signal. Now, that's what makes you resonate. So I'll stand on stage and tell people, change your life, say thank you before you go to bed, and thank you when you wake up. And thousands of people will wait in line to tell me that I've changed their life, and they're now gonna say thank you. They have heard that a million times, but I have a different strength of my signal, a different frequency of a spectrum, and all I've done a lot of times with the power of clarity is watered the seed that their grandmother, their mother, their friends, everybody in their life has said, Days, thank you, you'll be better off to be thankful, be grateful, be gracious, all those seeds, and they weren't listening, they were watching, and all of a sudden the powerful water comes and boom, it grows.